What is happening? Hey, this is Tom Beal bringing you an amazing sunset here in Boca Raton, Florida. And even though we're on the East Coast, I'm facing west over the intracoastal. So directly behind me, not to where the sun is setting, but opposite towards me behind the camera is the ocean a couple blocks over. So this is the intracoastal, and over the horizon there, that's the west. So the sun is setting here. So we see beautiful sunrises over the ocean. And then when opportunity allows, we're able to see amazing sunsets here over the intracoastal. So here we are coming on the close of another day with the sun setting. And if you recall all the chaos in the media and the hysteria, pretty much there's a lot of Chicken Littles out there screaming that the sky is falling. And lo and behold, the sky didn't fall this morning. My prediction is it will not fall tomorrow morning. That said, there are circumstances that have impacted and affected the economy globally. So things are different than they've always been for my lifetime. I'm 47 years old. Nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime. Kids are out of schools, events have been canceled, sports have been canceled, life as usual is not occurring. That said, we have to step out of certainty into uncertainty, into the unknown. This is unknown territory for us all around the world. So the one thing I would encourage you to do is focus on the things that you have to be grateful for, beginning with the little things and stacking that up, adding it up, and reminding yourself of all the amazing things you have to be grateful for. The attitude of gratitude will pull you through this, and before you know it, this too shall pass. Now, what's the timeline? None of us know. This is in uncertain territory, and it's outside of most all of our scope of control, to include, the President of the United States, to include presidents and or leaders of other countries. It's beyond their control at this point as well. So there's no definite line in the sand of here's when this will end and things will get back to normal. But there is this time of uncertainty that will continue for at least a few more days, possibly a week or two, and we don't know. And so that being said, a lot of lives have been turned upside down. A lot of jobs are no longer available for people to go do their work and in turn get paid for their work, which means there's going to be a lot of uncertainty and worry and concern about the bills and about making payments and things of that nature. I would encourage you all to just take a deep breath and recognize that this too shall pass, and before you know it, it will all get back to normal. You will notice a lot of credit-related companies will begin reaching out saying, hey, we understand you're going through some interesting times. Click here if you want to skip a month with no interest or penalty. You'll notice a lot of that happening because it's not just a few people that are being impacted by this. This is the world that's being impacted by this. So that said, it's not going to be business as usual for those types of companies as well. So many of them are already sending out notifications like that. Keep your eyes peeled for text messages and emails related to that for your situation and circumstances, and take advantage of the ones that you feel would benefit you. But just know that before long, right, it will get back to normal and things will get back to, business as usual throughout the world. But in the meantime of all this uncertainty and chaos and unknown, it's going to push a lot of us out of our comfort zone. I say us because me too. It's definitely impacted my business, impacted my daily routine, and income and the whole kit and caboodle. So it's now a point for us all to sit back and take an assessment of where we are in life. Where are you in life? Are you where you want to be? Personally, professionally, this is kind of a reset. And if you're in a spot that you're like, what, how did I get here? How did I end up in this particular chapter of my life? Now might be a time to reflect and see, what changes are necessary, and personally and professionally, what what am I looking back? Knowing what I now know, would I have done what I did to get to this point in my life? Or knowing what I now know, would I have done some things differently? Now with this reset occurring worldwide, it might be a great time for you to reflect on that personally and professionally and just ask yourself, you know what? What are some plot twists that might be pertinent to me personally and professionally, for my health, for my relationships, for my finances? This is a perfect time to construct a plot twist and think it out, put a plan of action in place, and begin taking some steps to make that twist, not just in the uncertain times that the world is facing, but in your life. You know what? That's when I decided enough was enough. That's when I decided I was not going to settle, whether it was my health, relationships, or finances. I was ready to take action, and this was the impetus. This was the turning point that gave me the inspiration to say no more. It gave me the desire to put a path in place full of action that would transition me from where I was to where I wanted to be. So something to consider while you're facing this reset that the whole world is facing. What plot twist are you ready for? What plot twist is overdue? What plot twist have you known that it's been in the works and probably should have been done a long time ago, but now is the time to do it? Dig deep, find that clarity, put the brief plan in place, and start taking actions to improve your health, to improve your key relationships, to improve your financial situation, whatever that means to you. And then also, I'd encourage you to begin having conversations with God. You know, I like chatting with God in my morning walks, my evening routines here. When I get off this video, I'm going to have a little chat with God as well. And just to give you some insight, you know, God, I have a vision of him talking to me saying, do you trust me? And whenever I'm like, yeah, I trust you. He's like, really? Are you for sure? Really? You trust me? Then why do you have the worry? Why do you have the concern? Why do you have the doubt? Why do you have the fear? Because when we reflect back, you know, when I reflect on my life, it's those times of deep despair and darkness and turmoil and chaos that really gave me the benefits that I'm super grateful and thankful for. Not that I'd wish those on anybody, having to go through the deep, dark chapters that I went through, but the lessons that I gained, I'm very thankful for. And there's a quote that says, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So the bigger the adversity, the bigger the benefit. So when I reflect back in those dark moments and I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, I was sure that was a train ready to run my butt over. It was not a light of that tunnel ending. It was a train to finish me off from the suffering and the pain and the anguish. Yet, one step after the next, I was able to get out of that tunnel. And this too shall pass became a reality. And I learned the lessons that fulfilled that quote of the bigger the adversity, the bigger the reward, the lesson coming to you type of thing. So know that wherever you are, you can have those chats with God. And for me, like I said, I just have a picture God smiling and say, okay, Tom, you know, when he sees me troublesome, when he sees me worried, when he sees me fearful or concerned, do you trust me? And I'll gulp and, yeah, I trust you. And he'll be like, yeah, I see through that. Why the fear? Why the worry? Why the concern? Do you really trust me? And we're still here. We made it through all of the things that you've been through and all the things that I've been through. We're here. We're here to witness this new gift of the present, this day. And hopefully we'll be here tomorrow, right? 150,000 people won't wake up tomorrow. Many of them probably knew that tomorrow, you know, they were on their end days or hours, but many of them probably didn't. So, you know, my guess is we'll probably be here tomorrow, but there's a chance it might not be. But regardless, give it your all. And it begins with gaining clarity. Where are you? Where are you wanting to go? What's yours to do? And picture God asking you, do you trust me? And when you give that half-hearted yes, of course, I trust you. Really? Why the worry? Why the concern? Why the fear? Why the doubt? Do you trust me? Something to ponder. Hope this is helpful. Get ready to close out this day as strongly as possible, with as much gratitude as possible, and prepare for another amazing day tomorrow, where you can additionally gain clarity, ask questions, take actions, controlling your thoughts, words, and actions, you can get from where you are to where you want to be many times in much shorter order than anticipated. Just beginning with clarity and taking actions accordingly. All right, make today great. Chat with you soon. Oh.